Once you've got a document set up, you'll now need to navigate and work within your workspace to start on your project. There are some handy tools to help you along the way, including the hand tool, zoom tool, Navigator Panel, rulers, guides, and grids. Utilize these tools to your advantage and it'll make your workflow so much easier. So let's get started.
Open up the image provided, or feel free to open up any photo you've got on your computer. Let's first zoom into our document to look at the finer detail. Click on the Zoom tool, or click the shortcut Z on your keyboard. Your cursor will now change to a magnifying glass. If you click and drag with your mouse, you'll be able to zoom in and out. If you zoom all the way in, you can see the pixels that make up the image. Remember our lesson from Module 1? Pixels are the building blocks of bitmap images. Zoom is helpful when you want to work on a specific part of your image. For instance, if I want to mask out these back cliffs, I might want to zoom in so I can be more precise. You can also use the hand tool to move around the image as you work. You can click the hand tool over here, or even easier, if you hold the space bar, you'll get the hand no matter what tool you're in. Hold the space bar and now you can start dragging around your document. Once you let go of the spacebar, it goes back to the original tool you had selected. Another way that you can navigate your document is using the Navigator panel. Go to Window, Navigator to open up the panel. It will show you your entire image and show a red box of where you're zoomed in on the image. The Navigator panel would be especially helpful if you've got a lot going on in your image. This will help you easily move the area to focus on a specific object or item in the photo. Notice how easily I can just drag and jump to the rock without guessing where I'm going. There's also a slider that allows you to change the zoom. A nice thing about using the Navigator panel is that you don't have to go select the zoom tool and switch tools. Just simply go over to the panel and start dragging the red box and using the slider to change the zoom percentage. You can also use your keyboard to zoom in and out. The shortcut is Command for a Mac or Control for a PC, and the plus sign for zoom in or minus sign for zoom out. A quick way to fit your whole canvas to the screen is Command 0. Next, let's cover rulers, guides, and grids that you can use within your document window. Around your document window, you'll see rulers that mark the size. If you don't see rulers, simply go to View, Rulers to make them appear, or Command and R on a Mac, or Control and R on a PC to make them appear. By default, I have rulers set as inches. You can change this in your preferences if you'd like. If you right-click on the ruler, you can change the measurement here as well. From the rulers, you can drag out guides. Guides can be useful if you want to align text or objects to a specific line on your image. Let's say I want to create a horizontal line for where I want to write Vik, Iceland. I'm going to click this horizontal ruler and drag until you see a line, and then drop it wherever you'd like. If you don't want the guide anymore, you can always drag it off the screen. You can also go to View, Clear Guides to remove all of your guides. You can also create a guide by going to View, New Guide, and giving it a specific measurement. This time I'll set it to exactly 7 inches. You can do the same for a vertical guide. The guides can be moved around at any time using the Move tool up here. If you don't want the guides to move while you're working, you can always lock them by going to View, Lock Guides to keep them in place. In addition to guides, you can also use a grid to help you space and align objects on your canvas. To turn on grid, go to View, Show, Grid. In Photoshop Preferences, you can change the setting for these guides and grids. Remember to get to Preferences. For a Mac, it's under Photoshop Preferences, and on a PC, it's under Edit Preferences. You can change the color of your guidelines or the measurement between each grid line. Photoshop also includes something called Smart Guides that come in handy. We'll cover that in more detail during a later module. Now you're prepared to start editing, remixing, and creating projects in Photoshop. You should now know how to navigate and work within the Photoshop interface. Continue on to Module 3, Basic Image Editing, where Rick will show you how to import photos and make basic edits and adjustments.